Common Sense News, where we give parents,
grandparents,
family members,
and community members
information so they can start using common sense.
Today we have Kurt Kerns, and last time he was explaining 36 versus 64.
Right.
Could you refresh our memory on that?
36 versus 64 is the numbers that we have learned from the brain research showing that the most critical period in academic development, ages 3 through 8, well, we provide school for our kids 36% of those days. And my question is, who the heck's going to help them on the other 64% of the days? So that's where we left off last time.
Yes. And this time we have you talking about fluency?
Yes.
Fluency.
Yes.
What is fluency? Well, I've never heard of that. What is it?
I'm glad you asked, Alex, because that's the whole problem. No one seems to know what fluency is. Fluency is simply being able to answer a question within 2 seconds. For example, if we're talking about math fluency, Zeke, what is 9 plus 6?
15.
You were able to do it within the count of 2, so I know you're fluent with addition.
Yeah.
Now, I would obviously give you a few more examples. Now, Alex, what is 8 plus 7?
13.
13, are you sure?
15.
15, that's better.
All right.
Obviously, Alex, being younger here, is not fluent in math right now. But that's really all a parent has to do to find out. You ask a couple basic addition, subtraction problems. If they're able to do it fluently, quickly, within 2 seconds, you're ready to move on. But fluency is a part of the learning development that we don't seem to talk about anymore. First, you're supposed to learn the basics. Like in math, the basics would be identifying digits, learning to add and subtract and multiply. The second part of that is then building up your fluency levels of how fast you can do those, because that's what you need in trying to comprehend higher level math skills taught in junior high and high school. So that's how critical fluency is to higher level development.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, let me ask you a question. If there was a virus that was spreading throughout the world, and this virus was limiting our children's learning abilities, shrinking it actually, anywhere from 40 to 60%, and we developed a cure to give to the parents, don't you think most parents would give their child the cure?
Well, of course.
Yes.
What would you think of a parent who chose to not give their child the cure?
Shame on them.
Shameful.
Exactly. And that's the problem. One, I don't think they really understand the cure, fluency. And two, they're definitely not giving that cure right now to their children. So we need to make them aware, and that's what we're talking about today.
Okay.
So
when we get back, we'll have you explain more on fluency.
Take your hands up, put your guns down.
Welcome back to Common Sense News. We're back, and we have Kurt Kerns. He has been telling us about fluency. Give us some more.
I want to give you a couple examples here of fluency in everyday life, so parents and grandparents can really grasp this. So Alex, let's say you're a farmer, and the government comes in and says, this year we're not going to allow you to use any fertilizer on your crops. How do you think that would affect your crop?
It would not enable them to produce efficiently.
Your basics, the plants are getting the sun, the light, and water. They have access to it. Now, they can't control how much they get of each. The speed would be, in this case, fertilizer. That would be your fluency, because we know fertilizer provides the crops to reach their potential. And if you add the basics, the sun, the water, and the oxygen to this fertilizer, therefore you'd have a better opportunity to reach potential, which would be comprehension in academics.
Okay, that makes sense.
That is very interesting.
Good. Now I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Let's use it for sports, because I know I live by a youth sports baseball field. I see dads and moms really caring about their kids there, and I see them out there practicing a lot. And sometimes I question whether or not they practice that much at home with their academics.
Well, what does baseball have to do with fluency?
Let's take two teams, youth, let's say 8, 7-year-old teams. One team's parents are very committed, and when the coach says, parents, if you want your child to really be good as they can in baseball, you need to go home and practice hitting for 5 minutes a day with them. Because we can't do that for every child in our daily practices. Let's take one team that did it. Every parent went home and provided that daily 5-minute practice. The other team's parents, I guess they weren't committed, they didn't care as much, but for some reason they ignored the coach. Which team do you think would have a better chance at winning?
Definitely the team with the parents helping.
There you go. And which team do you think would have kids who are going to have a better chance to advance at the next level? The team whose parents practiced with them, or the team whose parents didn't?
The team who did have parents practicing.
There you go. They're going to help them. Now, not every kid has the God-given talent to become a major leaguer, but they're going to be given the chance to reach the potential, their own potential. Again, fluency would be the speed of the ball.
Yes.
As they're practicing, as the child learns to hit a slow pitch, you move it up, start pitching faster, quicker, and as they learn to hit the quicker ones, you keep moving up just another step up. That's the same thing in math at school. Okay. Once you have your basics, and you have your speed down to those basics, then you move. That's allowing you to comprehend the next level of higher level math skills. So does that kind of make sense there?
Yes, definitely.
So that's what we need to really do is let our parents understand the importance of the fluency, understand that they can help their child with the basics that are taught at school, and then help them to increase the speed usage of the basics to where comprehension will be much easier.
That sounds good.
And that's how, I hope you can see how important and critical fluency is now to the development of each child's learning abilities.
Yes, it sounds very critical.
That's the message I'm trying to get out.
All right, well, thank you for explaining your fluency, and this has been Common Sense News.
Come back soon.